I'm Paul Adesai, and today I'm going to be doing a reflection video on body language. My interest in body language started from my first psychology class in 2015 when we talked about body language and micro expressions. In this video, I'm going to be talking about three things I learned from watching the Secret to Body Language on YouTube. And also, I'm going to talk about things I want to improve or things that I already improved over time. So, I'm just going to go right into the whole thing. First, um, first thing I learned from this video was body language is a dead giveaway for what we truly feel, in the sense that we could be saying something and then our body language tells a completely different story. A perfect example would be President Nixon's interview when he was talking about him not being a crook or just trying to justify the fact that he wasn't corrupt or anything. You notice a couple times where he nodded his head no, and then he withdrew from the podium while he was talking. And these are like body language expressions that are contradicting what he was actually talking about. So that was like one example. Another thing I learned from this video was that body language is 70% of what we communicate. So, meaning just 30% is just verbal communication. So, body language should be what we like really focus on because it tells, like, yeah, it tells what we truly feel, and then it also tells a whole lot of things too. Another example of this would be like you notice the president of Russia and then the president of the United States in the video when they met at a summit and they're trying to like shake hands. You notice this power struggle there because you don't want to be the person with the hands behind because that shows a sign of weakness and it doesn't show a sign of strength. So the third thing I learned from this video is the fact that you need to understand the culture of people before you could like actually like read the body language. Like professionals will always want to know like because you need to get like a norm, and that norm is what really talks about like the norm is pretty much what talks about like okay like this is how the person acts or this is how the person moves their body on like a regular basis. So now this is how we can tell if what they're saying and what they're doing is contradicting each other. Like speaking about the cultural part, um, if you notice, like in the video, President Nixon was actually nodding his head no a couple times while he made statements and everything. But if, like in the Indian culture, you find that it's a cultural thing over there for people to nod their heads no. So you don't want to like think about that as oh now this person is trying to contradict what he's saying because it's a cultural thing. At the same time, you also see like in the video too, you find the president of the Israeli president and the Pakistani president while they're trying to go past the door. It was kind of like a shovel because they're like, oh, you go in first, and then I was like, oh no, you go in first. But like it's because it's a cultural thing in the Middle East that whoever goes into a room last is the person who has the most power in that setting. And that wraps it up for like the three things I learned from this video. And now talking about like the things I want to improve for this like going forward now is that first of all I already gained like interest in this thing like I earlier said. So I already started working on a bunch of things. One of the things I really worked on was the feeling of nervousness. I was always like very nervous and everything, but I've been able to like work on that now, and then I just cover up everything with a smile. So smiling is kind of like a body language that covers everything I'm feeling inside. So I could be scared or worried or anything, but I just put a smile on my face and it covers the whole thing. And then another thing was also the mirror effect in a way to like make people like yeah like if I smile like people smile at me because like as humans we kind of like tend to like mirror each other, right? So in order to make people feel comfortable and make me feel comfortable, I always try to like use a smile on my face. And that those are the couple things that I learned, and that concludes this video. Thank you very much.